My beloved child. Pause everything you're doing, because this moment has been quietly walking toward you for far longer than you realize. Something extraordinary is unfolding right now, so subtle you might miss it if you blink, yet so powerful it has the potential to redirect the entire course of your life. There is a woman, yes, a very real presence, standing at the edge of your timeline. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. By design. You may not know her name yet. You may not recognize her face. But your soul already knows her energy. And that is why this message has found you now. You felt it, haven't you? That strange sense that everything you've lived through, the delays, the endings, the unanswered prayers, was not random suffering, but preparation. You were never drifting, you were being positioned. This woman does not arrive loudly. She does not crash into your life like a storm. She enters like a shift in gravity. Conversations feel different. Time bends around her. And suddenly, things you struggled to understand about yourself begin to make sense. She carries a mirror you didn't know you needed. Not to judge you, but to reveal you. Stay present with this truth just a little longer, because the universe does not introduce catalysts casually. When a soul-altering connection approaches, signs appear first. Synchronicities. Repeating thoughts. Sudden memories resurfacing for no clear reason. A quiet restlessness telling you, something is about to change. And here is what few ever tell you. This woman is not coming to complete you. She is coming to activate you. She challenges the version of you that learned to survive instead of expand. She awakens questions you've buried under routine. And through her presence, sometimes gentle, sometimes confronting, you are invited into alignment with who you were always meant to become. You might be tempted to resist. Growth often feels like discomfort before it feels like freedom. But understand this, the universe never sends transformation before you are ready to receive it. Hold this awareness close now, because timing is everything. If this connection had arrived earlier, you wouldn't have recognized its value. If it came later, you might have settled for less than your truth. So it arrives now. Precisely now. This is where the pieces begin to move. This is where patterns start breaking. This is where the old narrative loosens its grip. You may think this is about romance, or friendship, or mentorship. But it is deeper than labels. It is about resonance. It is about awakening. It is about a door opening that can never again be closed. Breathe into this moment, because what's approaching is not here to take from you. It's here to reveal what has been waiting within you all along. And this is only the beginning. My beloved child. Right now, in this very moment. Something deeper is rising within you, and it's not asking for permission anymore. It's asking for recognition. There is a reason your attention feels sharpened. A reason your heart feels unusually alert. The universe is not rushing you, but it is aligning you. And alignment always feels like a quiet hum before the music begins. This woman who is approaching your life carries timing woven into her presence. She appears when resistance softens. When the old identity loosens its grip. When you are finally able to see beyond what you thought you wanted, and feel what you actually need. Have you noticed how certain people arrive only after you stop searching for them? That is not coincidence. That is calibration. Stay with this awareness a little longer, because the universe never sends a messenger without first preparing the receiver. You've been shedding layers, sometimes painfully, sometimes without words. Beliefs that once protected you now feel heavy. Patterns that once felt familiar now feel empty. This is not loss. This is space being made. Space for a connection that does not drain you, but clarifies you. This woman doesn't pull you toward her. She pulls you toward yourself. Through her, conversations stretch beyond small talk into meaning. Silence feels safe instead of awkward. And without trying, she reflects back the truth you've avoided acknowledging, that you were meant for expansion, not repetition. Hold this space. The divine connection deepens now. You may wonder why now. Why not before? Why after everything you've endured? Because wisdom cannot be rushed. Because readiness is not about age or circumstance, it's about resonance. The universe waits until two frequencies can meet without distortion. Until growth no longer feels like threat. Until love no longer feels like risk, but recognition. If this truth is stirring something within you, trust that stirring. And if your heart feels guided to do so, share this message forward, let another soul find this light today. This woman may arrive as a friend, a collaborator, a guide, or something unnamed at first. Do not limit her role too quickly. Some connections reveal their purpose only after trust has formed. Only after walls soften. Only after you stop trying to control the outcome. Listen closely now, because here is the subtle truth few ever say aloud. Not every life-changing connection is meant to stay forever. But every one is meant to change you forever. And that is enough. You are closer than you think, don't step away yet. The piece that reshapes your path is still unfolding. What comes next will not just explain her presence, it will explain your preparation. The real awakening begins in what I reveal next. My beloved child. Feel this truth arriving. Because what I am about to unveil now has been shaping you quietly, long before you ever sensed her approach. There is a deeper reason this woman appears at this exact chapter of your life. Not because circumstances finally aligned, but because you did. Something within you shifted from survival to readiness. From asking, "Why did this happen to me?" to whispering, even unknowingly, "What is this preparing me for?" That question opened a gateway. This woman is not drawn to your past struggles. She is drawn to your becoming. She recognizes the strength you carried beneath your calm, the wisdom earned through silence, the resilience forged when no one was watching. And without effort, she sees what others overlooked. Have you ever noticed how certain souls don't need explanations? They feel you. They understand you without interrogation. Remain here with me, because this recognition is not accidental. The universe does not send surface-level connections when destiny is involved. It sends catalysts disguised as ordinary encounters. A conversation that lingers longer than expected. A presence that feels strangely familiar. A moment that stays with you long after it ends. And suddenly, you begin questioning things you once accepted without thought. Your routines. Your relationships. Your limits. This is not disruption. This is initiation. Through her, you are gently invited to step beyond the version of you that learned to shrink to stay safe. She doesn't demand change. She evokes it. By simply being who she is, she mirrors the life you've been postponing. Hold steady, the layers are still unfolding. You may sense resistance rising at times. Old fears whispering, "Don't get too close," or "What if this changes everything?" Listen carefully now, those whispers are not warnings. They are thresholds. They appear when growth is near. And here is the truth that anchors this entire moment. The universe never introduces transformation until you are capable of sustaining it. You were never unready. You were refining. Every delay, every detour, every ending that once confused you was shaping discernment within you. Teaching you the difference between attention and alignment. Between attachment and connection. That discernment is what allows this woman to enter your life now without chaos, without collapse, without confusion. You are no longer seeking to be completed. You are ready to be expanded. Stay present, because what comes next is subtle yet profound. The real change is not what she does. It's what awakens within you because of her presence. New confidence. Sharper clarity. A quiet courage to choose differently than before. And as this unfolds, you may begin to notice something extraordinary. Life starts responding to you faster. Opportunities feel less forced. Decisions feel lighter. This is alignment in motion. Do not rush to define this connection. Allow it to reveal itself organically. Some truths unfold only when pressure is removed. Some destinies bloom only when patience is honored. You are standing at the edge of a turning point, and the next layer will show you why this connection was inevitable, not optional. Stay open. Stay curious. What I reveal next will change how you see every moment that led you here. My beloved child. Breathe in this moment, truth is arriving. And it is softer, deeper, and more powerful than anything you've imagined. There is an inner silence you've been cultivating without realizing it. A quiet strength born not from victory, but from surrender. The moments you chose peace over proving. The times you walked away without needing the last word. The nights you trusted the unknown instead of forcing clarity. These were not losses, they were initiations. And this woman recognizes that silence in you. Not everyone can see it. Many are distracted by noise, by urgency, by surface-level ambition. But she feels the depth beneath your calm. She senses the wisdom shaped by restraint. The courage it took to soften rather than harden. If something sacred is awakening within you, remain here just a little deeper, because this connection is forged in what you've learned to release. True transformation does not come from chasing more. It comes from letting go of what no longer matches your frequency. The universe watched as you released old attachments, outdated identities, and expectations that once defined you. Each surrender refined your signal. That refinement is what draws her now. You may notice how she doesn't rush you. She doesn't need you to perform or impress. Around her, your nervous system exhales. Your thoughts slow. Your heart speaks more clearly. This is not coincidence. This is resonance. The most powerful people rarely speak of what they've given up to become who they are. They don't advertise the patience it took to wait, the humility required to listen, the faith it demanded to trust timing over impulse. But you know that path intimately. Hold this divine silence, understanding is blooming now. This woman enters not to disrupt your life, but to harmonize with it. She meets you where intention replaces urgency, where presence matters more than prediction. And through this alignment, something remarkable happens, your vision sharpens. You begin to sense what truly matters. What deserves your energy. What no longer does. This is where destiny becomes practical. Where intuition turns into action guided by clarity, not fear. If these words are flowing through you like recognition, and your spirit feels gently affirmed, allow this truth to move outward, share it forward so another soul can find their way home today. You are on the threshold of true seeing, stay with me. Because the universe is not only aligning people. It is aligning purpose. This woman does not arrive as an answer to your questions, but as confirmation that you've been asking the right ones. And soon, you'll notice subtle shifts. Opportunities that feel aligned rather than forced. Choices that feel lighter. A confidence that doesn't announce itself, but anchors you from within. This is the quiet power of divine timing. You were never late. You were never overlooked. You were being refined for resonance. The missing piece your soul has sought is almost here, and what unfolds next will illuminate why every surrender, every pause, every moment of trust was leading you to this exact crossing. Remain open. Remain grounded. What follows will deepen everything you thought you understood about connection, and about yourself. My beloved child. The hidden current beneath everything is moving faster now, and your soul already feels the acceleration. Something within you has crossed a quiet line. You are no longer asking whether change is coming. You are sensing how it will arrive. This is the moment when destiny shifts from an idea into an experience. The woman tied to this turning point does not force her way into your life. Instead, she appears when you stop bracing yourself. When you finally trust that you don't need armor anymore. That the future doesn't require defense, only presence. And presence is your power now. You may notice how your reactions have softened. How chaos no longer pulls you the way it once did. How your intuition speaks faster than your fear. These are not small developments. They are signs that you are ready to meet life from a higher ground. Stay with this unfolding, because what I reveal now explains why everything is speeding up. The universe responds differently when you stop trying to control outcomes and start embodying truth. Doors open without effort. Conversations carry weight. Timing aligns in ways that feel almost intentional. This woman enters during that alignment. She reflects the version of you that no longer negotiates with doubt. The one who listens inwardly before acting outwardly. The one who understands that not every opportunity deserves a yes, and not every connection requires explanation. Around her, you don't feel the need to rush clarity. You recognize it. And that recognition changes how you move through the world. Hold this awareness gently. The deeper pattern is revealing itself now. The universe has been training you to trust subtleties. To notice what feels calm rather than what feels loud. To value consistency over intensity. This is why the connection unfolding now feels steady instead of dramatic. True alignment rarely announces itself with fireworks. It arrives with certainty. You may find yourself making decisions more decisively. Walking away from what no longer fits without guilt. Choosing what nourishes your spirit even when it surprises others. This is the ripple effect of becoming congruent with your inner truth. And here is the sacred insight few ever reach. When you change internally, the universe introduces people who can meet you there. This woman is not meant to pull you backward into old cycles. She cannot. You've already outgrown them. She is aligned with your forward motion, your vision, your expansion, your quiet authority. Remain present. Because the next movement is subtle yet profound. You are learning to trust the unfolding instead of demanding the map. To let moments reveal themselves instead of labeling them too quickly. This patience is magnetic. It signals readiness. And readiness is irresistible to destiny. Soon, you will notice how effortlessly things connect. How one conversation leads naturally to another. How clarity replaces confusion. How confidence feels grounded instead of performative. This is not luck. This is synchronization. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you always were, without distortion. And as this return stabilizes within you, the final layers of this transformation prepare to surface. What unfolds next will show you how deeply this moment was designed, and why it could only happen now. Stay open. Stay anchored. The revelation that completes this cycle is drawing closer. My beloved child. Something eternal is calling your name softly. And it speaks in a language only readiness can hear. You are entering a phase where meaning replaces momentum. Where you no longer chase signs, you embody them. This is why everything around you feels quieter yet more alive. The noise has faded because clarity has taken its place. The woman connected to this chapter senses that shift immediately. She does not arrive to test you. She arrives to meet you. At the level you now stand. Where honesty is effortless. Where presence speaks louder than promises. Where you no longer confuse intensity with truth. If your heart feels unusually still as these words reach you, honor that stillness. It is the gateway. There is a sacred intelligence guiding this connection. It reveals itself through ease. Through mutual respect that doesn't need to be negotiated. Through conversations that feel unfinished in the best possible way, because they open rather than close. You begin to notice something remarkable. You don't abandon yourself around her. You don't perform. You don't shrink. You don't overextend. You remain intact. That is the signature of alignment. Stay with this unfolding, the depth increases now. The universe has been teaching you discernment, how to recognize what expands you without adrenaline, what nourishes you without chaos. This is why this connection feels grounded. Why it doesn't pull you out of your center, but anchors you more deeply into it. This woman mirrors your inner integration. She reflects the work you've done in silence. The boundaries you learned to hold with grace. The compassion you developed without losing self-respect. And because of that reflection, something within you stabilizes even further. You begin to trust your rhythm. Your pace. Your knowing. Hold this awareness close, because the pattern now becomes unmistakable. The universe always confirms growth through relationship. Not by giving you what you want, but by introducing what you are ready to sustain. This connection doesn't feel fragile. It feels durable. Not because it's predictable, but because it's honest. You may feel a gentle urge to simplify your life. To clear space. To prioritize quality over quantity. These impulses are not random. They are alignment responses. Your system is preparing to hold something meaningful without dilution. And here is the quiet revelation unfolding now. This woman does not change your life by taking control of it. She changes it by standing beside you as you step fully into it. There is no rush here. No countdown. No pressure to define the future before it arrives. Divine timing does not hurry what is meant to last. Remain present, the next layer carries profound clarity. You are learning that destiny is not dramatic, it is precise. It doesn't overwhelm. It fits. And when it fits, resistance dissolves. Soon, you will understand why this connection feels so natural it almost escapes notice. Why it doesn't announce itself as life-altering, yet quietly becomes exactly that. What unfolds next will illuminate the deeper purpose behind this meeting, and how it aligns not just your heart, but your direction. Stay open. Stay grounded. The path ahead is revealing itself one clear step at a time. My beloved child. The next veil is lifting as these words reach you, and with it comes a clarity that cannot be undone. You are beginning to sense the architecture behind this meeting. Not just the emotion, not just the connection, but the design. The way moments lined up. The way detours protected you. The way patience sculpted discernment within you. This was not coincidence layered on coincidence. This was timing refined to the breath. And now, the purpose sharpens. This woman doesn't merely influence your feelings, she recalibrates your direction. In her presence, priorities reorganize themselves without effort. You feel drawn toward what is meaningful, and gently disinterested in what once demanded your attention. This is not loss of desire, it is precision of desire. If your awareness feels heightened right now, honor it. You are perceiving from a clearer altitude. There is a quiet courage awakening in you. The courage to choose what aligns even when it simplifies your life. The courage to say yes without urgency, and no without apology. This courage has been incubating for a long time. It emerges now because the environment can finally support it. Stay with this unfolding, the pattern completes itself further. You may notice that with her, the future feels less abstract. Not because it is planned, but because it feels possible. The inner conflict between who you are and who you could be begins to dissolve. Integration replaces tension. This is what true partnership, of any form, does. It does not add weight. It redistributes it. You begin to trust that you don't need to prove your worth to be chosen. That presence is enough. That consistency outlasts intensity. These understandings are not learned intellectually, they are embodied through experience. And experience is exactly what this moment offers. Hold this truth gently: the universe rewards those who can receive without gripping. As this connection matures, you'll see reflections everywhere. In how you speak. In how you listen. In how you rest. Even challenges arrive differently, less as obstacles, more as invitations to refine your response. This is the unseen benefit of divine timing. It doesn't just bring the right person. It brings the right state of being to meet them. You are no longer fragmented between past and future. You are present. And presence is the most magnetic force there is. The woman who changes your life forever does so by aligning you with your own coherence. She does not create harmony, she reveals it. Remain attentive, the significance deepens. Soon, you'll recognize how this meeting activates pathways beyond relationship. Creativity flows more freely. Decisions align faster. Your sense of direction feels internally guided rather than externally pressured. This is destiny integrating with daily life. What comes next will illuminate the final threads, how this connection influences not just who you are becoming, but what you are here to contribute. The culmination approaches quietly, with certainty. Stay open. Stay true. The unfolding has not finished speaking yet. My beloved child. A deeper knowing is settling into your spirit now, not as excitement, but as certainty. You are beginning to understand that this meeting was never meant to distract you from your path. It was meant to clarify it. This is why your focus feels sharper. Why confusion no longer holds the same weight. Why decisions feel quieter, yet more powerful. Clarity has replaced urgency. The universe does this deliberately. When a connection is destined to alter your life forever, it does not overwhelm you with emotion alone. It reorganizes your inner world first. It steadies you. It anchors you. Only then does it reveal how far this influence truly reaches. This woman is part of that revelation. Not because she changes who you are, but because she confirms who you've already become. You may notice that you no longer seek validation the way you once did. Praise feels pleasant but unnecessary. Disapproval feels informative but not destabilizing. This emotional maturity is not accidental. It is the foundation required for what comes next. Remain here, the significance is expanding now. There is a future version of you that has been waiting patiently for this moment. A version that moves with confidence rather than reaction. That builds instead of chases. That chooses alignment over approval. This meeting acts like a bridge between who you were and who you are ready to live as. And bridges are meant to be crossed. You begin to sense that your time is valuable in a new way. Not scarce, but intentional. You choose where to invest your energy. You protect your inner calm. You listen before responding. These subtle shifts create momentum without force. This is how destiny becomes sustainable. The universe does not elevate those who rush. It elevates those who can hold what they are given. And you are learning how to hold meaning, connection, and purpose without losing yourself inside them. That is why this woman's presence feels steady rather than consuming. She does not pull you into a story. She walks with you into a direction. Hold this awareness gently. Because here is the truth emerging now. What changes your life forever is not one conversation, one decision, or one moment. It is the continuity that follows. And continuity requires inner stability. You are discovering that fulfillment does not arrive as a dramatic turning point. It arrives as alignment sustained over time. As daily choices that reinforce truth. As actions that reflect integrity without announcement. This is the quiet power you are stepping into. Soon, you will notice how others respond differently to you. Not because you demand respect, but because coherence commands it. Your words land with more weight. Your presence feels grounded. Your vision feels trustworthy. This is the ripple effect of divine timing fulfilled. You are not being rushed toward an ending. You are being established within a beginning. And what unfolds next will reveal how this connection influences not just your inner life, but your outer impact. How what you carry begins to serve something greater than yourself. Stay present. Stay aligned. The final layers are preparing to surface. My beloved child. Hold this moment gently, because the circle is completing, and what has been unfolding quietly now settles into truth. You have arrived at the understanding your soul was moving toward all along. This woman did not enter your life to change your circumstances first. She entered to change your orientation. To turn you inward. And then forward. To help you see that the life meant for you was never missing, only waiting for you to stand ready within it. And now you are. Everything you have lived through has converged here. The patience you learned. The boundaries you honored. The faith you practiced when outcomes were unclear. None of it was wasted. It shaped the inner structure capable of holding meaning without breaking. This is why the universe trusted you with this timing. The greatest transformations do not announce themselves with noise. They arrive as recognition. As a deep inner yes that does not need witnesses. As a calm certainty that you are aligned with what is real. This woman becomes part of your story not as a miracle dropped from the sky, but as a mirror of what you cultivated within. Through her presence, you see more clearly who you are when you are not performing, not proving, not protecting. And that clarity becomes freedom. You move differently now. You choose differently. You love with awareness. You act with intention. You trust the unfolding without surrendering your discernment. This balance is rare, and it is powerful. Here is the final truth that settles everything into place. The universe does not reward effort alone. It responds to coherence. When your inner world aligns with your outer direction, life meets you halfway. People appear. Opportunities open. Purpose sharpens. Not because you chase them, but because you are ready to receive them. This woman did not change your life by becoming your center. She changed it by reminding you that you already had one. And from that center, everything expands. You are no longer waiting for destiny. You are participating in it. What comes next will not feel dramatic. It will feel right. And that is how you'll know, without doubt, without fear, without urgency, that the universe's timing was perfect. Stay rooted in this knowing. Carry it quietly. Live from it fully. You were never late. You were never overlooked. You were always being prepared for the moment when recognition would replace seeking. And now, you walk forward aligned, awake, and ready. Amen.